Hey guys, it's Scott at Modeler X. So we got the Star Destroyer engine bells and whatnot, various hardware for the back of the ship, and we're gonna do a little painting today. I've already hit all of these with the basic hull color for the whole ship, which is a sort of an off gray. I think I've shown this to you before. So now I'm going to try to add a little character to the insides of these. I'm going to try to keep the outside the same color, and then we'll do a little bit of weathering on the inside of that, the whole back end housing where all these attach to the ship. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit all of the all these rings and then the insides of all these with a little bit of the all-clad aluminum, to kind of give it a little shininess. We've masked off the outside of both the 4 little ones and the 3 big ones. So let's just start doing a little spraying here. Okay, so now we have the aluminum on there, and let's touch the roots up with this flat black number 1749 testers. We'll put it into a paint tray here and add some universal enamel thinner from testers, and then we're just going to take a toothpick. Let's speed this up and just put this really watered down black paint into the root of all of these areas so that we don't have to airbrush that. And we'll do the same thing for these little engines, although we just kind of touch the outsides of that detail area. And then we'll just take a toothpick dipped in the paint and rub it along the inside of these 3 rings so that it's covered up there. Now let's take the take an airbrush, and we're going to hit it with the same 1749 flat black from Tester's Model Master series, and just cover up that, soot it up, so to speak, where the engine exhaust is coming out. Alright, so let's do the hot metal blue, and this is an all-clad product number 413 if you're looking online. And so airbrush is loaded, and I've got it really dialed down here. As you can see. So let's take the bell here and really just hit the edge. And the airbrush is totally in the way. Let me try to re-angle here. Alright, we'll speed this up, but we're just working our way around the inside of this bell here. Just trying to give that effect that it's hot metal, as the product's called, and we'll do the same thing just on the edge of the outside of it as well, which will give the same effect but on the outside. And so we got 4 of these, so let's just really hit the edges of this with a little bit of blue and kind of tilt that in. Okay, so for the big back end here, we've dusted the inside of these engine wells with flat black just real lightly to give it a sort of lived in, burned up look, and kind of the area surrounding it. This is a Prismacolor black pencil, and I'm just gonna rub this on the end, on the edge, the ending edge of this bell to kind of dull down the fact that it's all silver on the very back edge of this, because it probably wouldn't be if it's all burned up leading up to it. And it's fairly subtle. It doesn't completely take all the silver away, but it just dulls it down. And after that, we're gonna CA glue the ring on top of this. Surface going here. CA glue accelerant, which causes it to, of course, set up instantly. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab this, and I think I'm going to have this side be down. So what we want to do is get a toothpick and get some CA glue on it, and we're just going to run this around the rim of this little hoop, trying not to get too much on here so we don't have to deal with any drips or anything like that. Alright, so let me get a swab here, and we're going to clean up a little bit on one side of this where the glue got a little out of control. And then let's go ahead and try to drop this right where it needs to go. Then let's center this. Okay, so now we have the all the bells glued into place on the back of the Star Destroyer. You can see that there's holes drilled where we're going to pull our LEDs through. And I'm really enthused about how this is looking. Next step, we're going to do a wash on some of these areas in here to bring sort of contrast those so they jump out a little bit better, so hang tight for that. Okay, last step here, let's put a wash to get some of these details that are molded in to sort of jump up a little bit. We are using Vallejo wash. This is their light gray, and I'm using this straight out of the bottle. Make sure you give it a good shake. But then just a good old paintbrush here, and just start liberally putting this stuff around raised and indentions and that sort of thing. We're going to come back over this with a swabs, plural, and some water, and clean it up before it gets too old. And that'll give us some subtle highlights that we're looking for here. Alright, so let's finish this up here. Got a number of swabs, and just wetting them down with a little water, and we'll just sort of clean this area up, and let's get a little pool of water going here. And we'll just clean this up. So we're kind of taking the wash off of the open areas, and it'll stay where it was in the recesses and the cracks and whatnot. Alright, so here's sort of the sum of our work here. With the everything assembled and slightly weathered. I reserve the right to do a little bit more work off camera, and I do have one of these bells lit with the same two LEDs. This is a 5mm blue and white combo LED, and let me try to fish this through here to sort of give you an effect. And of course, as usual, the camera washes this out. The lighting of the bell is much more subtle, and I'm not sure if in real life it kind of looks like about that. I don't know, maybe a little bit more. It's hard to do that. But anyways, so we got all this taken care of. We'll probably just put white LEDs in these little smaller engines, and obviously we haven't dealt with those two. It's just sort of test fitting here. But there we go, the rear end of a Star Destroyer. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to check out other videos on Modeler X at YouTube, and we'll catch you later.